And we're live. Cool. Hello. Welcome to another lovely meeting of the Pirate National Committee, and happy to have you all here. Happy to let's make things happen. So we have a quorum, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. And yeah, I'm going to call this meeting of the PNC to order at 9:07 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's go ahead and start with IDs. I'm just going to go through in the order I see. So, Jamie.
James O'Keefe, Massachusetts, party secretary, acting as Massachusetts representative since Joe Honorowski will not be able to attend today.
Cool. Thank you. Drew.
Drew Bingaman, PA organizer, and hopefully soon to be the PA representative.
Fantastic. Ethan.
Ethan Osborne, Kentucky Pirate Party captain.
Thank you. Mitch.
Mitch DeVillo of the Illinois Pirate Party and the Swarm Care manager.
Thank you, Mitch. And AJ.
Anthony J., Indiana Pirate Party outreach chair, and the guy who shows everyone born before 1995 all of the funny memes.
A very important role. And my name is Rose Klein. I am the chair of the Pirate National Committee. Welcome again to everyone watching. Feel free to post things in the chat. And I see a couple things already. Hello from Florida and hello from California. Welcome. Happy to have you both here. And we will be monitoring that throughout. So feel free to interact or what have you. If there's anything that I feel is important to include in the meeting, I will, of course, make sure to include that in the meeting. Let's get started with reports then, in the same order. So, Jamie, anything to report?
So the IT committee met last Thursday. We were able to add a set of users to various services, including Lumio. We looked at Crew further and attempted to get SMS messaging working, unfortunately not successfully. We have an alternate plan to create a new instance, a new hosting instance, and start again from scratch and then import the data. So that's what we'll focus on this week. On secretary, nothing besides updating the notes. And I have nothing for treasurer either.
Thank you, Jamie. Drew, anything to report?
Yeah, I think I have some pretty solid news here. Last week, the Pennsylvania Pirate Party, we ratified our bylaws so that they are now official. We elected our first provisional officers. That's me as captain and also Swarm Care, since I was filling that role anyways. Johnny Robinson / Lemuria is our quartermaster, which is our vice chair role.
Mixing it up, I see.
Yeah, well, I'm the reason we did that is because the quartermaster on a real pirate ship was the second in command. So I liked that. So that's what we did for quartermaster / vice chair. We have a secretary, Ed Quiggle, and Adam Gallagher is our treasurer, but he's we don't have any money, so he's got no job right now. And it's good for him because his level of commitment is for right now is a little tenuous for the next like 2 or 3 months. So that's okay. Because we're taking it slow and trying to do things the right way here. And so our website, we had Brianna on. Brianna actually built our website for us. And we had her on our meeting, and we finished the last couple of details that needed to be finished there. Our website forms are working to 2 of our emails. So that's the run for office. We have a run for office candidate form, and we have an info form on the website. And we also have all of our links to everything. Everything else is on our website. Then we dove in. Other than that, we dove into starting our platform. That's gonna be work. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at, and I think that pretty much gets us to the point where we're ready to to check all of our check boxes for membership. So that's from the Pennsylvania party. For me personally, I have a written guide for my presentation during the conference for pirating the Molten maneuver. So I got that down, and I think that's pretty solid. And yeah, I think that's about it for me. Anybody have any questions? I'm wide open.
Cool. Thank you very much.
I'm
Ethan,
just
anything
blown
to
away with.
report?
I mean,
yeah.
I know you have experience, but I mean, you are way better at this than I am, and I've been here for a year.
Well, yeah, it's been, you know, I've been it's like 10 years worth of experience. So
you're gonna have to teach me a lot.
You'll learn as you go along. Honestly, it's not a whole lot of teaching. You'll learn some tips and tricks, but it's mostly just learning by doing.
Fantastically done. Ethan, anything to report?
Excuse me. Nothing much new since last week, aside from just continuing to work on the conference presentation, and been kind of preoccupied also with my own campaigning stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I saw some fantastic work on different articles published by the Kentucky Pirates as well. I guess I wanted to.
Oh yeah,
point
we've
that
got
out.
those. We've got those published on our website.
Mhm. Yeah. And just a quick note. I know I saw some back and forth about whether those should be published to our website as well, or at least have a forward set up to our website.
Sure, absolutely. Feel free to publish those on your website.
So I guess I wanted to put in a note here in the reports so that if people wanted to talk about that later, at least we have that option. Hello, Radio Joe. Welcome. Could you ID for the record, please?
William Dapprin, California.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Welcome. We're still going through reports, so awesome. That's Ethan. And then Mitch, anything to report?
Yes, I have updated, or we have updated, platform has updated last week's Etherpad, so we can go over that with the suggested updates from PNC last week. Today after work, I had a brief sit down with the Chris Butler campaign, who is another candidate in Illinois 1. His campaign manager is from the American Solidarity Party. We had a nice conversation about third parties, and you know, it was productive. I thought these are good people. I have yet to reach out to the Florida state party to see how they are doing. That is on my to-do list, and I'm gonna have to go back and do that. And other than that, shout out to the Illinois volunteers. We were able to pass out some petitions and get some signatures. I collected some. I know they were able to collect some. So that is making headway.
Okay. I will send you a reminder to reach out to Florida. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Drew.
Just one thing I forgot. Since we had Brianna on with us, I did inquire with her about the state of Ohio. And basically, she's been busy with a lot of other things, so it hasn't really gone anywhere. So they're quite a bit of ways away from being ready. So just to give you all the update.
Good to know. Thank you for inquiring about that. Yeah, no, I know Brianna's doing a lot of really great work, on other stuff as well as that. So, but the desire to work on the Ohio Pirate Party has been expressed there as well. Okay, which is exciting. Cool. That's Mitch. AJ, anything to report?
For outreach, we did not have a meeting this week, unfortunately. I was feeling a little under the weather, and I just decided, had to call off everything that day. I wasn't really in the shape to chair any meetings. Other than that, I don't have much concrete to go in the way of getting more people to write articles. I kind of wish I did, but, everyone's been busy with conference stuff lately. I'm sure after the conference, everything will look a little bit more active. I guess at some point we will talk about the conference. I don't know if I should talk about that here or.
If you have something specific that you want to mention, I mean, we will be talking about it.
Yeah. I'll save conference stuff when we hit conference stuff.
Okay. Awesome. Radio Joe, anything to report? Nope.
Not
Is that a no?
particularly.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Fine. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, nothing to report as of yet. Just, I believe for California, we're setting up the website. We've got a basic design set up. We're working with Timothy from the Discord to get that all put together so we can make it presentable and really start getting ready to go.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, we got the fancy website that we're working on. It's going to be really
Ooh, you're getting a fancy website?
Yeah, it's going to have a forum and everything.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
My website has a
excited
forum.
about it.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the forum broke. The Indiana website is a mess. I've had a lot going on.
You're so valid. Okay. Thank you, William. Okay, that is reports. Any discussion or debate on reports? Anything anyone want to talk about? Hearing none, let's move on to old business. First up is the USPP conference. That's coming up. Big thing. AJ, as always, I turn to you for just the general update spiel first off, and then we can jump on into a full-on discussion.
That sounds good. We more or less have a complete schedule. You can go to our website, uspirates.org/national conference. I can never forget if that's a / or a /. It's the one that starts low and goes high. You know how to type links if you're listening to this, I'd hope. Or you can just go to the website. You can find it. I trust that you, the listener, can find it. Our schedule is more or less pretty complete and set in stone. A little bit here, something here or there might pop up, but we could easily slot it in. All of the really big, flashy, important stuff is there, so you can look at it, and we basically have a conference itinerary. And we should all promote that. We've been promoting it on the USPP Twitter. Let's promote it on all the social media. Let's make sure people watch next week, or sort of next week. We've got 8 days.
Yeah.
I think that everything that we do have there is great. I'm really excited for it. I can't think of much else we need to plan or talk about. I guess it might be important to, go a little bit more in depth on tech, because I think we only have more or less 2 people that are, knowledgeable enough to run the live streams. And I wanted to, ask them, Jamie, Yari, is that enough? Will one of you be there? Do we need to make sure someone else can do it too? Get 3 or 4 people that can run a live stream. Since we'll have one every week at different times, would it be a good idea? or every day of the week at different times?
I'll put myself in here and say I think it would be useful at the very least to have backups. I know I have many of the times available, and it would probably be a good idea, if not at the outreach meeting, then at the IT meeting, to coordinate times and make sure that we have coverage for that. And if we don't, or even if we do, maybe we should start finding someone that can be a backup to host things.
I do think that would be good. I would volunteer, though unfortunately I don't know if I personally have the internet capacity to do that. It would be really shaky. But if anyone listening or anyone here would like to volunteer to help run some of our USPP live streams, that would be really appreciated. Because even if we if we can make it so, Jamie or Yari is there for all, I'm sure they'd like a break. I'm sure they'd like to not be there every single day, So that's just something to keep in mind.
But I think the setup for it isn't too bad, and I can walk people through it. It's really just a matter of setting it up, and to be clear, AJ, my understanding of how this would work, I guess I just want to make sure, like what we're asking for in terms of volunteering here isn't that like anyone facilitate anything, because the facilitators and the panelists are all the people who are already slotting into things. What we're just asking for is someone to like set up the tech and click go live, basically.
Physically do the streaming with their access to the USPP YouTube account and their internet. And those are basically the only two things we're asking. Yeah.
We need a tech person. For that at every stream. And I can be that for a number of them. And Jamie, are you okay with being that for some of them?
I can do some of them. I don't know that I can do a lot of them. I'm certainly committed for Friday, June 3rd. And I think if we can go through and figure out a schedule of who does what when, that would probably be a good thing.
Agreed. Okay. I guess then in terms of planning, can the three of us meet up at the outreach meeting? Jamie, are you able to make that one, or would you prefer just meeting up at the IT meeting?
I can do either.
Outreach is Tuesday at 9.
Yes.
Yep.
That's when the Massachusetts meeting is. So
that's
probably
right.
not.
That's right.
We can do IT.
Okay. Great.
So we'll just meet up at the IT meeting. Okay, so so anyone else who's interested, who's listening, and I'll see if I can reach out to some people on the Discord as well. But I'll put that in action items. Anyone who's interested in being volunteers for tech stuff for the conference, meet at the IT meeting on Thursday.
Which is, if you don't know, 9 Eastern in the Discord. If you have the IT role, you'll be able to access a little Jitsi link where everything goes down.
I can be there. I can't promise like how consistently I can actually come to the conference stuff, but if I could kind of fill the role where,
one or two.
Yeah, I was thinking I could fill the role where like if there's a day where like no one can do anything, I can try and clear it up and just be the one extra like backup person. So Thursday?
Yep, Thursday. 9 Eastern. Okay, cool. Okay, and I'll make an announcement about that in the Discord. Okay. Other things that we need to do for the conference?
I personally can't think of much. I think it's just be ready to do your presentations.
Yeah.
Please. And I really think that can't think of anything else that we really have to do.
Jamie?
I can post as secretary. I can post who the candidates are. If whomever's keeping a list can send them to me.
I think we were going to put one last tweet out there after this meeting, and then wait, just give them until maybe. Do we have to post them by today?
It's supposed to be posted by tomorrow.
Okay.
So just email me and I will get it posted.
I'll
Doesn't
give
say can't be done by end of day. So
yeah. We'll give everyone probably until midnight Eastern tonight, and then we'll have a list.
Thank you.
Cool. And Jamie, are you going to be posting that to the conference page or to a different page?
I will post it as a blog entry, and I will.
Makes sense.
I guess I'll add it to the blog page, to the conference page, and then I don't know. I guess I'll update Discord or something with a link to it.
Yeah. Okay. Do we need AJ? Do we need any help with promotion for the conference? I suppose just like share the posts.
Yeah, share the posts. I'm going to. I already made a little YouTube live stream thingy for the first day. I'll probably go in and do all that for all the other days, so people can hit the bell icon and do all that fun YouTube stuff. Which you should be subscribed and have the bell icon anyway if you're listening to this right now. You do it, please. You probably do it for your favorite Minecraft YouTuber or whatever. You can do it for the best American political party. So I can think of that. Other than that, tweet, share it with people that you think might be interested, your friends, your other political allies. And also, I guess another thing too is promote it on the state social medias too. It doesn't just have to be the national ones. Put it on your personal accounts, put it on the state accounts. Let's really try and get as many people watching as we possibly can. That's help with promotion, but that's a general thing. Just talk about it. That's my action item for all of you.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Any further discussion on the conference from anyone?
Mitch, hopefully I'll have at least a rough draft within the next couple of days for you to review, so we can collaborate on that more. We've still got 2 weeks before we present, but I want to make sure we get it all dialed in soon.
Yeah, because you guys will be on Saturday, so you've got even most of the conference to prepare.
Right.
Which is good. It won't be ready. We promise we won't be finishing it on Friday.
Right, which is usually how I roll, but I don't want to do that this way.
Interesting promise to make. Will you be finishing it on Saturday?
It will be done long before the 24-hour point.
Okay, I'm proud of you. Okay. Cool. Hearing no further discussion, and moving on to the next item. I want to definitely get to actually a super important thing with that. Where can people turn in nominations to? We should say that.
That is important.
My gut instinct here is just if anyone has additional nominations for positions, email info@USPirates.
Mm-hmm. Email info@USPirates, or
Jamie's giving me the big thumbs up, so I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Like if you have additional nominations for positions that are to be elected this year for officers, email info@USPirates.
And
Like,
that has to be done by
you're welcome
tonight
to,
at midnight.
by tonight
Eastern
at midnight.
time.
You're
Yeah.
welcome to tweet about it. I don't care
Yeah.
what you tweet about it, but you have to also email info at
Yeah,
US Pirates, because otherwise I can't guarantee that we'll see your tweet, but I can guarantee that we will see an email.
I was gonna say you could tweet and tag us in it, but
No.
that's not a great idea because most of us
No.
use TweetDeck. So please email.
Yeah. Mitch, what's up?
I was going to say, might I make that an action item for you to make that an announcement in the Discord?
I will do that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me action items, Mitch. I appreciate that so much. I'm writing it down. Like, Mitch gave me an action item. The best.
Mitch
Okay,
DeVillo,
sweet.
the fan favorite candidate for ILO1, gave you an action item, Yari.
Hell yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna make a Discord announcement. Okay. Okay. So email info at US Pirates with your nominations. Email it info at uspirates.org, to be clear. There's a .org at the end of that. Okay. I think that's that. I'll make an announcement in the Discord.
And it might not even be a bad idea if you're in the Discord to tag, take multiple steps so we don't miss your email or anything like that,
Yeah.
Bug us about it.
Yeah. And then, cool. That's great. I mean, I will make sure to check all the emails. But okay. Cool. Then moving on to the next thing. Anything else about that? Nominations? Hearing nothing, moving on. Crossing that off. There's two other things that I want to get to from old business that we didn't cover last time, which is, or that we didn't finish covering last time, which is the discussion of the platform, Mitch, and the discussion of the proposal that I brought up about the chair and vice chair position. I have finished all the amendments that I wanted to make to the chair position, but I want to get to, I think it's more important that we get to Mitch's proposal about platforms. So I'm going to suggest that we do that first. Both are old business anyway. So, Mitch, go for it.
So the Etherpad from last week is the same Etherpad that I will be presenting. I will grab that and put it in the chat for everyone's convenience. But
Okay.
It is included in it the amendments as suggested from PNC last week. So let me pull that up and put it out for you guys. Give me just one moment.
Per what Jamie usually asks, has this been shared out to the SAB or at least publicly? Is it available?
I will do that right now as well.
Okay. And then we need to make sure that this is also included in the notes, which I'm presume for today, which I presume that it will be. Fantastic. Thank you, Jamie. Okay. But then, Mitch, do you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about this?
Yes. I'm sorry. Could I actually could I pass it off to Woden's Day? I'm just in the.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just trying to get everything ready first, and then I will tag it in one moment.
I don't know.
I shouldn't have done that to you. Give me 1 second. I'll do it.
I was gonna say I can do it, but I don't know what you want me to say.
So this is the. I'll preface it. This is the police reform platform position that was given for the consideration by the PNC last week. We asked specifically with points from Jamie that it be sent back to the platform committee with additions that it be brought back to the PNC this week. And those, at least those additions from Jamie have been worded up all fancy and added to the wording of the platform position, and have been brought back to us. Those additions are highlighted in the text, so that's nice, just by the way that Etherpad functions. Those additions were specifically civil asset forfeiture, warrants for surveillance, statistics on bias and enforcement methods, and then we also had something about proper training, continual training of police departments. So, yeah, Jamie, you want to say something?
There's also an addition of ending no-knock warrants. One minor change. We ended most of the bullet points with periods. I changed those except for the last one to semicolons, since that's the way you're supposed to do that. Minor thing.
Thank you, Jamie. So this was brought forward last time. Discussion on this item. AJ.
I'm not quite sure exactly when to do this, so stop me and let me know if, when it might be the best time, because I don't necessarily want to hold this up, but I do think we should discuss how the platform committee operates as part of this discussion. We've talked about this a little bit, but I'm not. I feel really hesitant to say that we should do this every time. Have something happen in the platform committee, send it to the PNC. They spend a certain amount of time out of the meeting giving suggestions. Then we send it back to the platform committee. Then we send it back to the PNC. It just feels like there's maybe something not necessarily super efficient here. And since the platform is sort of like our pretty vital infrastructure, the platform is, at Outreach, it's what we get the most questions about. And usually we can't answer any of those questions because we have issues with platform every once in a while. I don't know. I think that this, as we have it, is good, but I don't really want to see us do this every week.
If people feel it's necessary, if people feel it's important, I'm happy to entertain a discussion on this. I think that's important, an important discussion to have. I also think it's important that we should consider the position, whether or not to adopt this position as is, since that's, I believe, what Mitch is bringing forward. So I guess just making clear which part we're discussing before we move on in discussion. Drew, you want to talk? I guess which one would you like to?
I just wanted to make a suggestion that to maybe streamline the process a little bit and maybe take less time here in these meetings. You may want to have so we've got this proposal, and the body of the board of the USPP voted up or down. And if it gets voted down, then anybody who's on here that voted against it can then be free to join the discussion in the platform committee to kind of get their ideas fleshed out. That would be a suggestion for me, just to not use this time. Platform committee time is really where this should be hashed out, and then an up or down vote, I would think, should be the most efficient use of our time here. And then anybody that has a vested interest in making their wording or adding something or any changes, that they work it out to get on and meet with the platform committee the next time they meet, if it gets rejected, and then it can come back at the next meeting for with the new wording. I don't know. Seems to me like maybe a little bit better, sleeker process, maybe.
I can also, retract this and then just motion to adopt so we can get this part out of the way.
Jamie? Can't hear you.
Yeah, just realized that. I mean, we have the platform committee did work. I think that's what we should consider. We shouldn't get distracted. If we need to make this more efficient, we've talked about using Lumio. We've talked about different approaches. Let's deal with that another meeting. Let's not deal with that now. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and focus the discussion right now on the position as is, and if we want to have a discussion about that, the procedure itself, we can do that some other time. But Drew, I do think that's a well thought consideration. Cool. Discussion on the particular platform plank. Specifically, any any discussion or debate?
I would just say that this is the same one from last week where we all agreed it was good, except Jamie had brought up the additions, which he believed should be added. And once that was added, it would be A-okay. So seeing as the additions have been added and we agreed on it last week, I think we should move forward, and I motion to adopt the platform.
Okay.
I second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion or debate? Hearing none. And moving forward with a vote. Please vote aye or nay. Massachusetts.
Aye.
And sorry, I should clarify, we are voting to adopt this platform as an official plank. Thank you very much. Okay. Still aye, I assume? Massachusetts? Okay, thank you. And then Kentucky?
Aye.
Illinois?
Aye.
Indiana?
Aye.
And I see an aye in the chat from California. That is unanimous, 5-0 and nothing. The position is officially adopted as a plank of the U.S. Pirate Party platform. Thank you very much. Okay. So, seeing that. I would like to. I guess I want to ask the group, since we are so close to the conference, whether like we could move into new business right now if there's specific items. I do have the USPP chair dissolution proposal. It has been, I finished writing it up. If people didn't get the chance to look at the edits that I made to it, I'm happy to throw that until later. That's that. Other new business is more than welcome. AJ.
Didn't we already sort of decide to table the dissolution until after the conference, or am I making that up?
We
Because
tabled it for a week at least. I don't know if we tabled it till after the conference. Did we?
I thought we kind of
looking at the notes.
did. We not?
I did not write down notes, but that could have been something I missed.
Yeah.
I would agree with tabling it until after the conference.
Yeah, because I thought we were sort of in agreement that it was too close to, that this was sort of awkward.
Absolutely understandable.
And I guess we could always start now and then maybe move to, adopt. There are things we could do.
I don't see that anywhere in my notes as a motion. I will say that I generally agree with the sentiment.
Mm.
And I also think that last week, what we did, sorry, I'm just looking through this a bit more. Yeah, it doesn't say. So I think that what we did, according to my notes, we just talked about the pros and cons of it. And I think that the general suggestion was that we table it until then in terms of adoption, but I don't recall whether the suggestion was that we table it until then in terms of discussion, but we can do that as well. That's perfectly fine. Pretty much the same thing anyway. Jamie.
Motion to table this proposal until the meeting after the conference, not including the meeting to elect a new board or new officers.
Cool.
I second that.
Moved and seconded. Are there any objections to tabling this proposal until that meeting? Hearing no objections, it is tabled. Okay, fantastic. Any other new business? Drew, I saw you first. Drew, you're muted.
Actually, I think Oz beat me to the punch by a little bit, so you should probably take him first.
Okay, Oz.
I just wanted to float the question if anyone here has any experience or advice for campaign financing. It's been a big hurdle for me, and you can get with me. You can email me, or we could talk on Discord. I just wanted to put that out there if anyone has any ideas for that.
There are a few places we could put that. We've got a little bulletin board on the Discord. We could advertise that around. Just let me know what you're looking for, and we might be able to find someone to help.
Sure. One particular thing is signage, which is way more expensive than I realized.
Yeah, in terms of financing, I guess my only suggestion is there are, depending on the demographics, there are a surprising number of semi-wealthy donors out there who you might be able to court. That said, sometimes that gets into some ground that as pirates we might not want to do. So I don't know.
Right.
That's up to you and your own thoughts of how you want to run your campaign.
Sure.
At the same time, I don't know. I'm all for taking their money. Yeah, that's my take. Jamie, did you want to say something? I know here, in California, we have a number of Silicon Valley liberals, progressives, who I'm putting big air quotes around progressive and liberals who tend to fund libertarian left campaigns. And so it's definitely possible to get them to fund campaigns like ours or even more socialist campaigns.
Sure.
I have seen it happen. And yeah. Anyway, Jamie.
Sorry, I was dealing with the notes. Is the question how to fundraise or how to make signs or what?
Just a little bit of everything. Any knowledge on everything you mentioned would be helpful.
Okay. Certainly the video that I made talks about fundraising, coming up with a list of your friends, family, neighbors who you can ask for money, and then
Right.
going through methodically and calling them up and asking for money, and coming up with a tiered budget of, our first $500, this is what we're going to purchase, and then our next 500, 1,000, and then different tiers. So that way, if you only get 1,500 or 2,000 or whatever, you've got a plan in place, as opposed to, we need $20,000 and then you only get 2,000. And it's like, well, what do you do? So just kind of coming up with that.
Sure.
So usually and then of course, as you are going out and meeting people, once you identify someone as a supporter, then you could go and ask them for money.
Sure.
Or volunteer time, or that's, however you can want to do it.
Right.
Anyways, there's video, there's slide deck. I can send those to you.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Drew?
On that note, I have another thing real quick that I know Larry Sharp, who is the Libertarian candidate for governor in New York, and I think he still might be, had always given a really good talk about that, where you start with family and friends, build up to so much, and then once you've got okay, so I've got $500 or I've got $1,000. So then when you go to people that are larger donors, you bring that into play. Well, I've already raised $1,000, and that makes okay. So that means other people have faith in you. So when you're asking bigger donors, you can show that you've already. So, but you definitely got to start with the friends, the family, the people that know you personally, that might be willing to, even if it's just $20, $50, whatever, and then try to build up to that $500,000 level, and then you can kind of take it from there. But I had a question then, for our petitioning for membership when we wanted to do that at the conference. There's 2 meetings, is that correct? There's one at the beginning and one at the end.
Well, there's one on the Sunday right before the Monday, and then we end with the meeting on Sunday.
So do we want to do that at the end or
the end?
Okay. So that's the
June 5th.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do, you can bring it up anytime.
No, that's that's perfectly fine with me.
You could have brought it up now, but
you
should bring it up on the 5th.
No, it's not necessary. Well, we can do it on the 5th. That's better for it's better for visuals that way. Yeah. So cool. That answers that question.
I do want to celebrate a little bit the fact that we have now gotten to the point where instead of deciding, oh, you're excited to be a state member of the PNC, join us right now. We're saying, actually, wait until 2 weeks from now. That's the best time to make a splash.
Well, let me put it this way.
That's pretty cool.
My voice is definitely heard in this group. I don't feel like I absolutely need a vote immediately. I don't have any major, I don't think I haven't been here as I've been here. I haven't had any major disagreements with anything. So for me to sit here and say, I'm good. We're good till June 5th. And I think it does make it look the best for everything. So, thank you guys for being super welcoming and everything and helpful as far as, everything getting organized. And so look forward to some serious long-term cooperation.
Me too. Other new business? Otherwise, happy to take a motion to adjourn.
I motion that we adjourn.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, it has been properly moved and seconded that we adjourn this meeting of the PNC. All in favor, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Massachusetts.
Aye.
Kentucky.
Aye.
Illinois.
Aye.
Indiana.
Aye.
And California. As typed aye in the chat. That is unanimous. We are adjourning this meeting. This meeting of the PNC has been officially adjourned at 9:57 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you all very much for joining us. And thank you, dear viewers, for joining us for this meeting of the Pirate National Committee from all over Florida, California, and Tennessee, at least from those those writing in the chat. So thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to head over to uspirates.org if you haven't already. That is, again, uspirates.org. There you can check out our Discord, check out our positions on stuff, check out the upcoming national conference, and join our crew listing. Join our crew website to help us out with volunteer stuff, get the latest updates and things like that. We'll be happy to have you help our mission continue forward. And remember to vote pirate. Remember that your nominations, if you wish to nominate yourself or someone else for an officer position for the upcoming elections, are due to info@uspirates.org. Again, that's info@uspirates.org. Are due tonight at midnight Eastern Time. Please get those in. That's it. Vote pirate. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you all. Ending the stream.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.